a couple of stories over at EcoWatch this morning just knocked my socks off. We've got these toxic chemical spills in West Virginia, and you've still got people who are afraid to drink the water, and presumably legitimately so. And then we discovered that Pat McCrory, the governor of North Carolina, who for 25, 30 years worked for, was it Duke Energy? Yeah, the big energy company there in the state. And then he comes into office, and now all of a sudden the Environmental Protection Agency, the State Environmental Protection Agency, is here to serve. Let us kiss the butts of the energy company instead. And this energy company is just dumping toxic coal ash, which has heavy metals and poisons and radiation, into the waters, into the rivers. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The Environmental Defense Fund just published a new report. It's called Toxics Across America. And they add up just the chemicals that are in our environment, manufactured, by American chemical companies or imported into the United States, and in our environment, to the tune of more than 1 billion pounds as of the last time that the government tallied this stuff up, which was 2011, 3 years ago. Ethylene dichloride, 28 billion pounds. Benzene, 23 billion pounds. Benzene causes cancer. There's, vinyl chloride, 16, 17 billion pounds. Toluene, this causes cancer, 15 billion pounds. Styrene's 10 billion pounds. Ethylbenzene, 9 billion pounds. Lead, 5 billion pounds. And, formaldehyde, this is the stuff they use to embalm bodies. It causes cancer. We're all being embalmed. 4 billion pounds. They use it to make plywood. And then over the course of the lifetime of your house, it leaks out of the plywood. It vaporizes. And, we're all becoming embalmed? Under current law, it's really hard to find where these things are being used. They get to hide, the knowledge of this stuff. They looked at 120 chemicals that have been identified by multiple federal, state, and international officials as known or suspected health hazards. 81 of them are produced into more than 1 million pounds a year. Of these 90 chemicals, at least 8 of them are used in children's products. And here's the headline of one of the articles. You are a guinea pig in the greatest uncontrolled experiment ever launched. Lead, vinyl, formaldehyde, asbestos, bisphenol A, polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs. It's all better living through chemistry. Now, in Europe, they have the precautionary principle. It even has its own website. It's part of the EU law. You've got, before you can put a poison or a potential poison, a chemical, into the environment in a way that it's going to end up in our bodies, you have to prove that it's safe. Here in the United States, we don't do that. We're having an explosion of obesity. We're having an explosion of autism. We're having an explosion of cancers, particularly childhood cancers. And we're sitting around going, gee, I wonder what's causing it. Well, in 30, 40 years, we'll be able to do the epidemiology and see which one of these chemicals spiked where and correlates with what.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
And this is just one more example of how our government serves big corporations and big money thanks to the Supreme Court rather than you and me.